We are live! Hello world! Welcome to episode 11 of Anything But! Ready for the theme song? Hello, hello, hello. This is episode 11 of Anything But with your host, Elaine Romanelli. We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, and I am thrilled to have you all with me today. This is a very interactive show, so I hope you are there on the chat. Yay, Sichka's there. Tracy, thank you for being chat person number one. You're always number one in my eyes, but you're extra number one today. Let's see. Let's shorten the intro part, shall we? Because our regulars already know this. This is, for those of you new to this show, a brief stream of consciousness conversation with myself and all of you about anything, as long as it's not any of the current situations. No news, no word that shall not be named. It's light and a bit silly. It's like a little mental health break to get you some space, and then you can rejoin the world refreshed. So, as I mentioned, this is the 11th episode. All the prior episodes are archived online. They're on the Book of Face. They're on YouTube. They're not on Twitch yet. I don't think there's a way to do that. So Twitch fans, if you're joining me for the first time, hello. Thank you. And you can hop over to Facebook or YouTube for those episodes. Okay. We have pondered many things, haven't we? Including mayonnaise, the squeegee, tube socks, and the dishwasher. That's me. In my house. We've also had guests. We had friend to the show, Actual Bob, who will be back, I hope. And we've had the amazing Victoria Theodore, who is a dear friend and just a spectacular musician. We are in the process of getting a schmancy, dancy new webcam. Webcam, jazz hands. It's the webcam jazz hands that will let us, I'm plural now, that will let us have guests on in a way that like works 100% of the time super well and is clear. So that's in the works. And until that happens, it's just you and me, babe. Hello, Michelle. Hey, girl. Hey, Marie. Lucky Snake Eyes. DJ in the house. Hello. Kate, you made it. Lovely to have you with us. Everyone be super nice to Kate K. She's new here today. Yes, Michelle Hart's Actual Bob, who I believe might be joining us from Twitch. So we'll see about that. Karina sometimes joins in from Twitch as well, and you can hop on YouTube. They all stream at slightly different times. I think it's according to how those services go. Anywho, you guys, I made a highlight reel, which is not quite ready, but you would not believe how many times I say anywho. It's a lot of times. See, I almost just did it again, but then I caught myself. What else was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you that once again, just like last week, I forgot about the song. But this time I remembered at like 20 of. So I wrote the tiniest little ditty just before we started. And I'm hoping that by the time we get to the singing part, I remember how it goes. I wrote it down. Like, I didn't write the melody down because I didn't have time. Okay. So we pondered many things, and this is the kind of pondering where you just let your mind wander. I do post the topic ahead of time on the Facebook page. If you want to look stuff up, you are super welcome. I encourage and support. You guys have sent me so many awesome things, memes and GIFs and photos, and Actual Bob had amazing pictures of his socks. And hey, there's Actual Bob joining us from the Twitch we were just talking about too. Anyway, I appreciate all the stuff that you've posted. Someone said in poetry. We've had fan art about the episodes, which was amazing. We've had so many wonderful things, and I love it all. The conceit is that I personally don't look things up because I just like to let my mind wander and see where that takes us. So you look up what you want to look up. You go with your bad self. Okay, I don't know why I said that. Right, moving on. Today we are discussing the buffet. Here's what happened. Monday was my birthday. obvious plug for more birthday wishes. Because in my heart, I always have a tiara and a princess hat, right? Don't we kind of all want to be that a little bit? Anywho, what was I saying? See, I did it again. I anywho'd. Let's stop that. Point is, I also say that a lot. The point is, buffet, right. So, I was shopping because I was in a place where there were like boutiques and it was easier to go out. I was in Connecticut, which is, has, parking and that sort of thing. And so I went to some boutiques and I was trying on clothes. And because I was trying on clothes, I didn't want to like have a, big meal. And I just kind of kept going and I forgot about the eating. So I got really hungry. And I was in a store and they were playing Wasting Away in Margaritaville. And I was like, oh yeah, I know that song. That's Jimmy Buffett. And I thought, Buffett and buffet. They're spelled exactly the same, aren't they? They're the same word. I know. Michelle says, with respect to tiaras, if only I had my own tiara. And DG says, Phoebe Buffet. Phoebe Buffet. Yes. Oh no. David G, you've got us all singing Smelly Cat now. Smelly cat, what are they feeding you? I'm not sure that's the right melody, but it's the right approach of not very good singing. From Friends, the character from Friends, Phoebe Buffet. Anywho, there I did it again. Anyway, so I was thinking buffet. Could it be there are 2 T's? I don't think so. I think it's 2 F's. Buffet, buffet. And then, because I was really hungry, I started thinking about a buffet. And that smorgasbord of food spread out in front of you. Actual Bob says, I sometimes forget about eating. It is a source of frustration to my family. Could we trade bodies for a little while and you can forget to eat me down a few pounds and I will always eat you up a few pounds. It'll just be like, tag team, go. That's not really an option, is it? Anywho. And DG says, a bar in our town, which is in Maryland, has a Jimmy Buffett night. And every time he played at Merriweather, a lady came in once and asked, what's on the Jimmy buffet? Instead of Jimmy Buffett. That's pretty hilarious. Where was I? So, buffet. So then I was thinking about the food spread out before. And then I was also thinking about the piece of furniture. Because there's Jimmy Buffett, the person, who is wasting away in Margaritaville. There is buffet, the food experience where you lay food out. And I think it used to be that it was only cold food, but I think it's now just like, here's food, take what you want, we'll make more. And then there's buffet, the piece of furniture, which I guess is the thing that you put the food on, but I don't think it used to be. And then there's Buffett, like buffeted about, like knocked into things. And then there's Warren Buffett, another famous Buffett, who has no relationship or connection to Jimmy Buffett as far as I know. Oh, my nose itches. I feel like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Or who's the one from before that who did that with their nose? I don't know why it itches. What was my point? How did we get one word to have such disparate meanings? Warren Buffett and Jimmy Buffett aside. I mean, Buffett, is like knockabout, right? Oh, I feel buffeted by the wind, or he buffeted me about, the cad. And then how is that connected with the piece of furniture? Like, were you buffeted onto a buffet? And I feel like surely the piece of furniture predates the food experience. Because, actual Bob says I should buffet my itchy nose with itching. I did. A little tiny buffet. Pew, 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 pew. Lasers. Pew, 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 pew. Because I feel like the piece of furniture is older. Like, you don't go to IKEA and buy a buffet anymore, do you? I feel like buffet is from, like, grandparents' era, where there's, like, the buffet, and it's a table, and you store the things in it that you use for meals. Is that correct? Does anyone have any idea? But I feel like in our grandparents' times, there were not lots of buffets. It was not like if you had food for miles, it was a potluck. And a potluck is not the same thing as a buffet. We need different hand gestures. Apparently this is potluck. What's buffet? Buffet. Potluck. Buffet. Maybe this is buffet. What's potluck then? Potluck? I don't know. How did potluck come to be called potluck? Is it like good luck with what's in that pot? Or is it like you just take your chances, like on what you're gonna make to bring in the pot? And did you always bring it in a pot? I feel like my relatives, my Midwestern relatives, do that. Like they'll still like make it in a pot and then put the pot they made it in the trunk with the lid. It's got a lid. It's like a crock pot, or sometimes they have those like rectangular. They're like, they've got a heating thing under them. What are they called? Someone help me. There's a name for them. It's a chafing dish. It's a chafing dish, right? But the kind that you could just make the food in, and then you just take the whole thing, unplug it or take it off the whatever. Yeah, you have to unplug it if it's a chafing dish. Put it in the trunk with the lid on. Go to the place you're going. Am I making that up? Hey, Wendell! Dubs! 2 Dubs. Nice to see you. High five. Happy to have you join us. Yes, Michelle says it's a crock pot. Actual Bob says, am I the only one annoyed by people who plan who is bringing what to the potluck? Like, you just want to show up with the thing that you want instead of having someone say, we have enough bean dishes, someone bring tamales. Or we have enough tamales, someone bring a green salad. Is that what you're saying, AB? Yes. He points out, there is no element of luck there. It's all been taken from you. It's been planned away. Then it should be the pot plan, not the potluck. Where's the luck? The luck is if you contacted the planner early enough to draw the card to do the thing that you wanted to do, to have the food that you want to take. What if they say like, oh, what we really need right now is beet loaf. Like, if they assign me beet loaf, I don't even know how to cook beets. I know how to eat them. You just, slice them up and don't get them on your white shirt. But cook them, no. Or like a nut roll. I don't even know what a nut roll is. A cheese log. I do know what that is. And I know it's delicious with crackers. Unless you're lactose intolerant. And then I would stay away from it. Anywho, Kate says, yeah, she's not into that either. Yeah, then it shouldn't be called a potluck. It should be called a, what should it be called if it's planned by someone else? What takes the joy out of a spontaneous celebration or a spontaneous meal as part of a celebration? That cheese log does sound kind of gross, but they're delicious. And they have port wine in them, I think, and they're hugely fattening. I think they're a mix of like several cheeses, and there's nuts on the outside, and it's a dense mass of delicious lipids that you slice off, and it's a little soft servy, and you put it on a cracker, and you think, this is so bad for me, this is so bad for me, this is so delicious, this is so delicious. Unless you're vegan, then you're not going to like it. I don't think that they have tofu logs. I think that's a consistency issue. Wendell says, if the potluck is planned, it should be called a pot meal. Pot meal sounds like it could be a Vietnamese food. Pot meal. A delicious one. So I don't feel like that's maybe a mean enough word for planned potluck. Although it's true. The best potluck, Michelle says, is when my family does a party with all appetizers. Yes! I love appetizers. That's why I like tapas. I'm saying it very carefully. Tapas. When you go to a restaurant, a Spanish restaurant, and they have like a little this and a little that, a little the other, and a little something, and you just have like a few bites. It's like everything's in a amuse-bouche to make your mouth feel happy. A little of this, a little of that. But you don't have to do it with a French accent. You can do it with any accent you want. A taste of this and a taste of that. No planning, and it's delicious. Delicious! Why is that? Sometimes when I cut into a giant piece of something, the first bite or two, I'm like, that's so yummy. And then as I keep going, I sort of start to feel like, It seems I've heard this song before. And then, I get maybe halfway through and I'm getting close to full. And if I keep eating, I start to feel like, well, that happened. Why does that happen? Because at the beginning, I'm like, oh, this is delicious. And I know I'm hungry at the beginning. But I also feel like there's something about the variety. When you're lucky enough to have copious food in the first place, which I realize is a big luck. See, that's part of potluck. There's something about the variety that just keeps your palate alive. It's alive! It's alive! Tracy says the name for a potluck should be Planned Pot Party. Oh, from Heidi, she says. Planned Pot Party, or PPP. Interesting. I kind of like that. Planned Pot Party. We have planned meal as an option. No, pot meal. Pot meal is one of our options from Wendell. And planned pot party from Tracy and Heidi. PPP. That'd be P3. 3P. We're doing a 3P because someone's going to shorten it. The way they say San Fran, which, no, don't say that. Someone's going to shorten it. We're doing a 3P on Thursday. What can I sign you up for? That's how it's going to go, for sure. Anywho, where was I? The thing also is that with the buffet, so if it's a cold buffet, then things are out there and you can just kind of like grab a little and nibble a little and like fill your plate with the first round and then you can go back for the second round. And if it's a big enough gathering or restaurant, wherever you're doing it, then there's like probably like a salad one and then like a cold foods one and then like a hot foods one and you can just like hop around like a little bunny to all the options. Erica's joined us. Hello, Erica. Christina's joined us. Hello, Erica. Welcome to the party. We are talking today about the buffet, but we also started talking about potlucks, which we have decided might need to be renamed pot meals or planned pot parties if they are planned rather than luck of the draw. Let's see. What do they have to say? Christina says, I love the variety in foods. Yes, that is what we have come up with. Michelle previously said she loves it when her family does appetizer meals because you get the variety. She says, I love the variety in foods. The planned pot party sounds great. So you're okay with the planning. Interesting. Erica says that's illegal in some states. Michelle says, have you had lunch? I feel like you may be hungry. I am always hungry. I eat like every 2 or 3 hours. A couple walnuts, half an apple with some peanut butter, some snack peas, a little cheese, a little this, a little that. I'm like whatever pest haunts your garden, where you're like, why did they just take one bite of everything? I do that. Erica says, oh, that kind of pot. Oh, she was referring to the planned pot party. The planned pot party being illegal in some states. By the way, just to ruin all your lives, at this moment my clock is reading 3:20, which I notice because I'm keeping an eye on the time. But I have to tell you, almost every day, I notice the time at 4:20. 4:20. 4:20. Why? What does it all mean? What is the universe trying to tell me? Is it trying to tell me that I need to change my life habits? Is it trying to tell me to lighten up? What's the message? I'm not getting it. I need like skywriting or like, a little note. Dear Elaine, we have been trying to reach you with our 420 communication for years, but you haven't gotten the message. We're trying again a different way. Here's a plant. Water it every day and the message will grow in the leaves. I don't know. Actual Bob says, do you find there's always way too much food at a pot-style party, whether planned or no? Do you? What do you think? Christina, what do you say? Erica says, what about a planned pot party? You see what she did there? The plan. You plan the pot. And then AB follows up to say, everyone comes in a group of 2 or 3. That's true, but brings enough food for 10 or 20. Although I have been to a potluck where enough people thought that someone else was going to bring the food that there wasn't really enough food. And I think we got things out of the freezer or ordered in or something. That happened. I think actually AB and Tracy were there for one of those. That's funny. Anywho, if you're just dropping by, hello. We're so happy to have you. We are talking about the buffet. and also buffeting, and Jimmy Buffett and Warren Buffett. But mostly we've wandered on to talking about the potluck and planning it or no. If you're in favor of a planned potluck, drop it in the chat. And if you're anti-planning, drop that in the chat. And if you'd come to a planned pot party involving a substance which is only legal in some states, then drop that in the chat too, and maybe we'll all descend upon your house when the time is right. AB is anti-planning. We know that since you brought it up. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. So Christina and Michelle and I, is this a gender thing? Is it a gender thing? Have all said that we favor variety in a meal. We love getting a chance to eat a little of this and a little of that. I personally don't love preparing like 6 little meals for myself. And I'm sure you don't either. Any of you running households, even if the household consists of one person. But I love the munching a little bit here and there. And Actual Bob also says, however you do it, whether it's planned or not, there are never enough deviled eggs. And I concur, sir. Deviled eggs are the bomb. And if you're vegan, great. I'll take all your deviled eggs. And you can have my tofu surprise, because Tofu and I are not as close as we used to be. Like, we were friends for a while. We were like pretty buddy, and then we had a falling out. And now we're like, we're like a Christmas and Easter kind of call, or high holy days or whatever. We're just like, hey, just checking in. You still there? How are things going? Okay, all right. Meet you back in 6 months. Marie is voting, and she says planned pot, unplanned potluck. Planned pot, unplanned potluck. Okay. Now we've got our pot meal definitions figured out. I feel like Wendell gave us the overarching definition. Like, everything should be called a pot meal. And then if it's not planned, it's a potluck. And if it is planned, it's a planned pot party. But the pot meal is probably just going to be called pot meal. And the planned pot party is probably going to be called the 3P, or the P3. 3P? 3P. We're doing a 3P. We're doing a 3P. In how many accents can you say that and have it like resonate? We're doing a 3P. What's gonna put you down for? We're doing a 3P. Can I put you down for a salad? We are doing a 3P. Would you be so kind as to bring the bread? We're doing a 3P. Who's bringing the beer? I don't know. I feel like it works. I feel like you could do that in a lot of things. Okay, another vote. Erica says, now that I think about it, people in the world have had pot parties. Oh yeah, absolutely. And her vote is unplanned, depends on who's invited. If it's teenagers, no unplanned. Absolutely right, because if it's teenagers, you're going to get like 6 different varieties of bags of chips, or chip equivalents. Absolutely true. And if you do plan to have pot, it would be useful to have all that food there, says Actual Bob, which is completely true. Oh my gosh, where did the time go? How does this happen every time? It was just 3:20 minutes ago. Like, I turned, and then I said one little thing, or 2 or 7, I'm not sure, and now it's 3:25. Okay, I wrote a chorus of a song right before we started talking together, because I realized I'd forgotten to write a song or think of a song or plan a song. This is an unplanned pot. Unplanned pot song. Song pot, song luck. It's pot luck. It's luck of the draw on the song today. Singing! And I think that there's a little hey section. You can hey along. You can just sing hey at any point when you want in the song. Let's see. Let's get myself a pitch. Because I'd like to do this in the key that I sort of wrote it in. In that I sort of wrote it a little bit. I kind of remember. I think it was, I wrote it, I literally just was like, I don't have anything to sing. I better sing out. We're in A flat today, boys and girls. Hey, DG, are you still there? Did you have to pop out? DG and 2 Dubs, Wendell, can probably improvise an accompaniment to this, because they are badasses on the keyboards. Hey, 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 spelled 3 different ways. Marie for the win. Yes. Okay. Now I didn't pay attention to that pitch. Okay. This is the buffet, the song. It goes like this. The hays are coming up. Tasty treats, cheeses and meats, veggies and grains galore. Load your plate until you're sated. You can go back for more, 'cause it's a buffet. Hey, hey, it's a buffet. Hey, hey, it's a buffet. It's a buffet. That's it. That's all I got. I can do it again. We'll do it one more time so you can get those hays in, okay? You ready? Round 2 of the exact same thing. How did that song go? Same song, second verse, a little bit louder, a little bit worse. Okay, you ready for the hays? Erica did some hey-ya, hey-ya. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here's your note if you want to sing along with me. Wendell, you got this? DJ, you got this? 1, 2, 3. Tasty treats, cheeses and meats, veggies and grains galore. Load your plate until you're sated. You can go back for more, 'cause it's a buffet. Hey, hey, it's a buffet. Hey, hey, it's a buffet. It's a buffet. There, we did it. Yay! Go team! Excellent haying in the background. I could hear you. I could envision it. It was happening. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the applause on the chat. I appreciate all of you very much. We are already at the end of our time, and I just don't know how that happens. It just, I blink and it goes whoosh, whoosh. So what do I have to say? Next week I will be streaming from a different location, which though has even faster intertubes. So I think that should be no problem at all. I will come up with a topic. If you have a topic you'd like us to do, I think there was one suggestion, which maybe we'll do that next week. But feel free to pop it in the chat or post it on my Facebook page or YouTube or Twitch in the comments. I'm happy to ponder other things that other people are pondering. We keep it pretty light, as you can see, but we ponder it together. I'm getting claps and hugs and love from all the people on the chat, which I appreciate so much. If you're just tuning in, which always happens right at the end, hello, people who are stopping by right at the end. I can't see all of your beautiful icons, but I know you're out there, and I appreciate you stopping by for a second. This has been the 11th episode ever of Anything But, which is a streaming, live-streamed stream of consciousness conversation with myself and with all of you about, you know, a light, fun topic, and we just kind of let our minds wander. We've had some guests on, and we'll have some guests on again. I don't think we'll have guests on again until August, since we're getting our schmancy-pantsy tech gear online, and mail is taking a little longer. Yay! We have all these happy notes saying it's always fun, and thank you, and I appreciate all of you too. Listen, tell people. I would love to have even more people join us. I think this break is so great and needed. So tell your friends. I always post an invite on Facebook. I'm working on a little highlights reel, so I'm going to send that out so we can circulate that too. So tell your peoples. Join me every week. You are extremely welcome to take over the chat. Sometimes you guys chat so much, I can't keep up, which I love. I love all your brilliant contributions. And if you don't feel like chatting, just hang out. You don't have to chat. That's fine too. Okay. All right. Oh, and Christina says, by the way, I hope you had a great birthday. Thank you so much. I did. Maybe a tea time topic. Things to ponder. I have lots of pondering ahead. Okay. Let's hear one more time our theme song. Ready? With your host, Elaine Romanelli. Thank you so much for being here with me. I had so much fun. I hope you did too. And I will see you same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, next week, Wednesday. See